Anthony and Joey on track.
Ben Halverson.
All right, if I can get all my truck guys out here, Marshall, they're on the way.
Harshal Laya.
Careful getting on this straight, guys.
Rich Bride.
All right, everybody's checked in. All right, do I have all my truck guys out there? Got Brian, got Joe, got Jordan, got Brandon. And we got Dave in the corner? Cool.
I'm right beneath you.
Ah, Jeff in the corner, okay. Yeah, if we can get Dave to the left side.
No, please come up there. Wait, you, please do.
All right, we're getting ready to get this race going. All right, folks. We're about ready to go live loop here. Oh, careful in the middle. Get that cleared up first. All right, folks. We are going live loop. When you cross the line, your time will begin. Careful in turn one. All right, this is race number one of Ron Watson Cancer Fight Night. Want to say hi to Ron out there? Love you, bro. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. First lap in, we got Harshal going 19-0, Anthony at 19-9, Max 19-6, Joey 24-4. We got 35 seconds in, drivers. Careful on the straightaway. Be careful on the straightaway. 2 down. Wow. If somebody's missing a spring, BG has found it. All right, 1 down, 5 to go. All right, this time by at the stripe, it's going to be Harshal out front on a 19-19 for pace. Got Max on an 18-14, Rich a 17-08, Anthony 17-20, Joey a 15-05, and Ben a 15-15. All right, 1:30 down, 4:30 to go. And right now, your race leader driving the gold car. Silver and blue in the 2. And we got that watermelon ride in the 3 spot. 1:45 down, 4:15 to go. Oh, Anthony going new fast lap, 17-2. Yes, it's true.
4 minutes left.
All right, 2 minutes into this one. Oh, careful on the straight, careful on the straight, careful on the straight. That is clear. Right now, Harshal about 5 seconds ahead of Anthony. Anthony 3 ahead of Rich. Rich 2.7 ahead of Joey. Joey 1.2 ahead of Max. And Max 8 up on Ben. 2:20 down, 3:40 to go. Now, Harshal going 17-9 that last lap. All right, drivers 2:35 in, 3:25 to go. Harshal holding it down out front.
Wait, somebody's name is Marshall?
Harshal. Harshal, yeah. It sounds like Marshall.
I'm like, that dude's been getting in at
All right, 2:55 in, 3:05 to go.
3 minutes left.
All right, Harshalaya on top of the leaderboard, 19-10. Got Rich Bright, 18-10. Anthony on a 17-02. Joey 17-10. Max a 17-12. And Ben on a 16-20. Oh, man. 3:20 down, 2:40 left. Harshal going 17-8 last pass. It's getting quicker and quicker. Got 2:30 to go, drivers. Harshal now 13 seconds up on Anthony. Anthony 1/10 ahead of Rich. Rich 5 seconds ahead of Joey. Joey 17 ahead of Max. Actually, Joey now 13 ahead of Ben. And Ben holding down that top 5 spot. We got 2:10 to go, drivers. All right, drivers, we got 4 minutes down.
2 minutes left.
Harshal continuing the lead, 19:08. Yeah, Anthony 18:02, Rich 18:08, Joey 18:19, and Ben 17:17. Minute 45 to go. This is race number 1. Oh, Nilo. Oh. 1:30 remains, drivers. 90 seconds left. Careful up front on the right. That is clearing up. All right, minute 25 remains. Minute 15, 75 seconds remain. Harshal 19:15, Anthony 18:02, Joey 18:11, Rich 17:07, and Ben 17:19. The fast lap going to be Anthony at a 17:2.
1 minute left.
All right, just under a minute to go. All right, 45 seconds to go. Got 40 seconds left. Oh. All right, results remain the same so far. Harshal up on Anthony by about 5 seconds. Yeah, Anthony 10 ahead of Joey. Joey 13 ahead of Rich. Rich 10 ahead of Ben. Got 15 seconds remaining, drivers. Oh, careful, back straight, back straight. Put him on the inside, please. Thank you, sir.
Anthony Zachiglowski done. Joey Stevens done. Harshal Laya done.
All right, a few cars still left on the clock.
When you're done, stop racing.
Yeah, if you're done, do not interfere with the other cars, please. So Harshal, Anthony, and Joey are done.
All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be a race, guys.
Rich Bright done.
Harshal taking that one,
Ben Halverson done.
19:09, doing just fine. Anthony going 18:03, way to be. Joey going 18:04. Got Rich at 17:05, and Ben 17:08. All right, folks, moving
The race is
into
completed.
race number 2. All right, race number 2 will be Joe, George, John, Joe, Alan, Theo, and Carter.
Joe Colicchio. George Laxon. 10 Carted. John Milio. Carter Garcia. Alan Rodil.
All right, I may need my drivers from race 1. I'm looking for Harshal, Anthony, Joey, Rich, Ben, and Max. I'm going to need you guys to turn marshal, please. All right, just looking for one more driver to check in. Looking for Joe Stevens to join the group. All right, there he is. He's got quite the task at hand. Got a full race team he's attending to.
Joe Stevens.
All right, we got our marshals out here. Everybody's checked in. We're going racing, folks. All right, race number 2 of Ron Watson, Fight Night Against Cancer. We're sending all our love and thoughts to Ron Watson. Hopefully he's watching tonight. If he's not watching tonight, I'm sure he will be tomorrow. Oh, careful on the straightaway, straightaway. Oh, it's... He's trying, he's trying. Thank you for the help, Ben. These guys trying to get Theo back on the road here. Right now it's John Melio out front, followed by George, Joe, and Alan.
5 minutes left.
All right, John Melio going 17-4. Only car in the 17s at this junction of the race. But Theo's going to be back on track here in just a moment, so that might change. Ooh, we got George going 18 flat. Joe going 18 flat. All right, 1:30 down, 4:30 to go. All right, 1:40 down. John Melio going 17-2 that last lap. That propels his pace to 21:10. Got George on a 20:03. Joe Stevens on a 20:15. Joe Colicchio on an 18:05. Alan Rodil on a 16:20. And Theo into the 17s going 17-9.
4 minutes left.
All right, 2 down, 4 to go. John, George, Joe, Alan, Theo, your full running order here. All right, 2:15 in, 3:45 left. And George Laxon now to the top. He's on that 20:01 for pace. John 20:10, Joe 19 flat. Joe Colicchio going 19:10. Alan a 16:02. Theo on a 13 at the moment. I'm sure that number will come up. Got 2:40 down, 3:20 to go. All right, 3:10 to go. We're almost halfway home here. George 2 ahead of John. Got Melio 6.5 ahead of Stevens. Stevens 1 second ahead of Colicchio.
3 minutes left.
Got Joe a lap up on Alan. And Alan about 30 seconds up on Theo at this junction of the race. 2:50 remaining. John Melio going 17-1 that last pass. All right, 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. All right, 2:20 remains. George 2.3 ahead of John. John 11 up on Colicchio. Colicchio 2.1 ahead of Stevens. Got Joe Stevens about a lap up on Alan, and Alan 20 seconds ahead of Theo. Yeah, just over 2 minutes remaining, drivers.
2 minutes left.
All right, George, John, Joe, Alan, Theo, and Carter, your full running order. George going 17-3 that time by. His pace now 21:15. John on a 20 flat. Colicchio on a 19:02. Stevens on a 19:04. Alan a 17:06. Theo on a 16. 1:30 to go, drivers. All right, 1:10 to go, 70 seconds left. Wow, George now 1 second ahead of John. That's the closest battle on track right now.
1 minute left.
Just under a minute to go. Careful on the left side. Careful on the left side. 45 seconds remaining, drivers. George now about 6 seconds up on John. John 8 ahead of Colicchio. Colicchio 4.5 ahead of Stevens. 25 seconds remaining, drivers. Ten seconds left. Five seconds remain. Keep on going, drivers. Do not stop.
John Milio done. Joe Stevens done. 10 Quartet done.
All right, a few more cars coming
Joe
to the finish
Colicchio
here.
done. Carter Garcia done. Alan Rodil done.
All right, one more car, guys. And that
All
will
drivers
be a
were
race.
finished.
George Laxon taking
George
down
Laxon
the top
done.
spot, going 21:16. John going 20:03. Joe Colicchio going 20:13. Joe Stevens going 19:01. Alan going 18:24. Theo going 17:03. Carter getting 10 laps in the books. All right, we're moving into race number 3. Race number 3.
The race is completed.
All right, this one's going to be David, Jimmy, Ryan, Martin, Chloe, John, and James.
Rice Cakes Jr. Ryan R. Randall. Jimmy Blackwell. David Newell.
All right. Ron, if you're watching, got a text from Carlos Cortez. He wanted to make it tonight.
Martin
Feeling
Arroyo.
a little bit under the weather, but he wanted to send his thoughts. Wanted to say hi to you, Ron.
James Colicchio.
That's Carlos Cortez. All right, this is race number 3. David, Jimmy, Ryan, Martin, Chloe, John, and James. Rico, this is your race. All right, got marshals. Oh my, oh, there we go.
John Rico.
Our turn marshals, that'll be George, John, Joe, Alan, Theo, Carter. All right, folks, we're gonna go racing in less than 5. Careful in the middle, guys. Careful in the middle. All right, John 17.5, Ryan 17.9, Chloe 18.2, Jimmy going 18.9, David is 17.5, Martin is 17.7. All right, we're 30 seconds down, drivers. John Rico going 16.9, doing just fine. Sorry, John. Oh, knocked the body off. John Rico going topless, getting ready for the beach. Might be getting ready for a spray tan. All right, we got one down, 5 minutes to
5
go.
minutes left.
All right, now it's Gross out front, followed by Blackwell, Arroyo, Randall, Knoll, Rico, and Colicchio. Still early in this one, drivers. All right, got a couple of 16-second laps here. We got Gross going 16.9, Blackwell going 16.8, got Noah going 16.9, Rico going 16.9, and Colicchio 16.9 as well. All right, we're $1:30 down, 4:30 to go. All right, Gross Anna 21:04, Blackwell 21:07, Noel 21:17, Arroyo 20:02, Rico 20:05, Randall 20:13, and Colicchio 19:10. Two
4
minutes
minutes
down,
left.
4 minutes remaining. Wow, identical laps from Gross and Blackwell that time, 16.755 for each of them. So right now, Gross, Blackwell, Noel, your top three, followed by Martin, Ryan, John, and James. Chloe 21:02, Jimmy 21:03, David 21:11, Martin 21:16, Ryan 20:03, John 20:07, James 20:18. 2:30 down, drivers, 3:30 left in this race. We're on race number 3 at the moment. Ooh, Jimmy going 16.3, way to be. All right, 2:45 down, 3:15 remains. All right, this time around, we got Jimmy 1 second ahead of Chloe. Chloe 6 seconds
3
ahead of
minutes
Martin.
left.
Martin 6/10 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 3/10 ahead of David. Yeah, Noel 1.5 ahead of Rico. And Rico 2 seconds up on Colicchio. 3:15 down, drivers, 2:45 to go. All right, Blackwell, Gross, Arroyo, followed by Randall, Noel, Colicchio, and Rico. All right, Martin going 17.0 that time by. All right, drivers, we got 2:20 remaining. Oh, careful at the first double, guys, first double. All right, we're approaching 4 minutes down and 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes left.
Right now, I got Jimmy 2 seconds ahead of Chloe. Chloe 3 seconds ahead of Martin. All right, Jimmy 3 seconds ahead of Chloe. Chloe 4.2 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 5.3 ahead of Martin. Martin half a second up on, well, now 2.9 ahead of David. Got Noel 1/10 of a second ahead of James, and James about 6 ahead of Rico. 1:35 remains, drivers. All right, 1:20 to go. Jimmy, Chloe, Ryan, Martin, James, David, John. 1:15 remains here. Ooh, Rico using the hidden wall ride. Got just over a minute.
1 minute left.
Jimmy now on a 21:01, Chloe on a 21:06, Ryan a 21:09, Martin 20 flat, James 20:02, David 20:09, and Rico 20:13. All right, 35 seconds remain, drivers.
Aiming for me. What the heck?
25 seconds to go. "15 seconds, drivers. All right, just under 10 seconds to go. Keep on going, drivers. Do not stop until you hear the computer say your name.
Jimmy Blackwell done. John Rico done. David Knoll done. Rice Cakes Jr. done. Ryan R. Randall done. James Colicchio done.
All right, one more car. One more car. Oh, Martin, you're still alive.
All drivers are finished. Martin Arroyo done.
All right, so it's going to be Jimmy going 21:01, Chloe going 21:08, Ryan at 21:12, James at 21:16, Martin 21:17, David 20:04, and John 20:08.
The race is completed.
All right, good job, drivers. I'm going to need you to come on out and turn marshal this next one. Race number 4. Jeff Brandon Bryan, Julian Jordan Nelson, and Lucas.
Julian Taylor. Lucas Sichiglowski. BP. Nelson B. Jordan Rivera. Too Soon Jr. Rice Cakes.
All right, looking for all my drivers from the previous group. I'm going to need your help. I'm looking for Jimmy, Chloe, Ryan, James, Martin, David, and John. I'm going to need your help, please. All right, I got Rico. I got Jimmy. I got Chloe. I got Martin. I think I got James over here. All right, we got Mr. Randall making his way to the West Coast. All right, folks, it's getting to be about that time. If you guys want to do one more lap before we start, now is your last opportunity to do so. All right, folks, we're going to get this party started here. All right, BP going 16-2, BG is 16-4, Jeff 16-5, Jordan 16-0, Nelson 16-4, Lucas 16-9. All right, we got 35 seconds in, 5:25 to go. Right now it's Rabara, Gross, Perea, followed by B, Miranda, Lucas, and Julian. All right, BP going 15-8 that time by. So right now BP's pace 23-11, Brian 23-12, Jordan 23-13, Nelson 22 flat, Jeff at 22-02, Lucas at 22-10, and Julian 21. All right, BP going 15-6 last time around. BG 15-9, Jordan 15-9, Jeff a 16-0. Julian is 16-0. 125 down, careful getting onto the straight. 130 down, 430 remains. Oh, careful at the second wall ride. All right, minute 40 down. We got Brandon, 23:06. Got Jeff now 22:01, Nelson 22:03, Brian 22:05, Lucas 22:10, Jordan 21:05, and Julian 21:12. Got 2 minutes down.
4 minutes left.
BP going 15-5 and looking alive. He is driving that magenta car, magenta gray and white. Miranda in the 2 spot, driving the blue. And Nelson up to the 3, black and copper. Yeah, 225 down, 335 to go. Gross now up to the 3, so BP 4.5 ahead of Jeff. Jeff 1.1 ahead of Brian. Brian half a second ahead of Nelson. Nelson 3.1 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 0.3 ahead of Jordan. And Jordan 1.4 ahead of Julian. Got 3:15 remaining, drivers. And Julian that time by going 15.9. All right, 2:55 in, 3:05 to go.
3 minutes left.
Brandon 23:09, Jeff 22 flat, Brian also 22 flat, Nelson 22:08, Jordan 22:11, Julian 22:11, and Lucas 21:03. Got 2:45 remaining, drivers. All right, 2:40 to go. Miranda going 15.8 that last time by. All right, we're 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Race number 4 on track. And right now we got battle between Jeff and Brian. They are just 0.3 of a second apart. 2:15 remains. BP on 23:09, Jeff 23:15, Brian 23:16, Jordan 22:07, Nelson 22:08, Julian 22:10, and Lucas 21:05.
2 minutes left.
Got 1:50 remaining, drivers. $1.50 to go. All right, 1:30 remains. 90 seconds to go. Brandon 5 seconds up on Brian. Brian 0.1 ahead of Jeff. Jeff 6.5 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.3 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 1.2 ahead of Jordan. And Jordan 7.6 ahead of Lucas. All right, just over a minute to go, drivers.
1 minute left.
Careful on the back straight. All right, that is clear. We got 45 seconds left. BP 23:08, Brian 23:15, Jeff 22:03, Julian 22:06, Jordan 22:09, Nelson also 22:09, and Lucas 21:04. Got 30 seconds left, drivers. Race number 5 is up next. All right, drivers, getting down to the closing stages of this one. Keep on driving.
Too Soon Jr. done. Lucas Sichiglowski done. BP done. Jordan Rivera done. Rice Cakes done. Julian Taylor done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be a race, guys.
Nelson
BP
done.
going 23:08. BG going 23:15. Jeff at 22:02. Julian 22:04. Jordan 22:07. Nelson 22:10. And Lucas 21:03. All right, folks, I'll need you to set them down
race
and
is
come back out to
completed.
turn marshal, please. Up next is race 5. That'll be Bryant, Roger Berry, Tony, Art, Harold, and Steve.
Barry Soppet. Gumpa. AJ Cardinale. Roger Serafin. El Tigre. Steve Loom. The Wiz.
Oh, careful on the left. Careful on the left, guys. Got my marshals making their way to the track. All right, let's see. Am I missing anybody? I might need one more in this corner over here, getting onto the straightaway. Cool. All right, folks. This is race number 5. All right, drivers, we're going to get this show on the road here.
This is when my time gets wiped out.
All right, 15 seconds in. Got Barry 16-2, Roger 16-4. Got Steve 16-5, Art 16-7, Brian 16-8, Harold is 16-9, Tony is 17-1. His times will drop. 35 seconds in. Yep, Mirafuente on 15-7. All right, we're 45 in, 5:15 to go. Bryant 15-5 that time by. That puts his pace at a 23:08. You got Roger going 22:02, Tony 22:02,
left.
Steve 22:07. Got Whizbang 22:11, Cardinale 21:07, and Soppet at 20:10 at the moment. All right, a minute 15 in, 4:45 left.
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on? Yeah, it is. Not bad. How are you? Pull over. I can't pull over anymore. He's already pulled over. Name the movie. Oh, God.
4 minutes left.
Got Brian out front.
Three minutes left.
I got you. This is Daniel. Absolutely.
2 minutes left.
I understand. Our thoughts are You too, bud.
Sorry, guys. Just got a call from the man himself, Ron Watson. He wants to say thank you, sharing his love with everybody. Likewise, we love you too, brother. Got a minute 30 to go in this race. Bryant 23.02 at the moment. Tony 22 flat. Roger 22 flat. Barry 22.03. Steve 22.06. Harold 22.10. And Art 22.14. Got 75 seconds to go, drivers. All right, 1 minute to go, guys. Got Bryant out
left.
front, 23.01. Roger also on 23 lapper, right now in a virtual tie with Tony Wilson, 23.16 for both of them. Got Barry on the verge of a 23 lap run. Got Steve going 22.06, Harold 22.09, Art 22.13. 40 seconds remain, drivers. Yeah, mid-pack battle going strong. We got Roger just 7/10 up on Tony. Tony 1 second ahead of Barry. Barry 4.5 ahead of Steve. Steve 3.9 ahead of Harold. And Harold 2.5 ahead of Art. Got 20 seconds to go, drivers. Fast lap in this one. Bryant going 15.3. Got Roger going 15.7 that pass. Tony going 15.9. Barry at 15.5. Getting down to the closing moments here, guys.
Goomba done. The Wiz done. LT Gray done. Steve Lung done. Barry Soffit done.
All right,
Roger Seraphin done.
folks. That will
All
be a
drivers
race.
are finished.
We got Bryant
AJ
going
Cardinale
23.02, Roger going 23.14, Barry going 23.14, Tony at 23.15, Steve 22.10, Harold 22.10, and Art 22.14. All right, folks, up next
race
is
is completed.
Stadium Truck.
Joe Stevens. BP. Too Soon Jr.
All right, this is race number 6, our Stadium Truck class.
Hey, Barry, you should get one.
All right, BG, Jeff Brandon, David Jordan, and Joe.
Rice Cakes. Jordan Rivera.
All right, got Mr. Knoll making his way up to the driver's stand.
David Newell.
All right, folks. Got all trucks on track. Looks like these guys are ready to go. So we're going to go. All right, this is Stadium Truck, race number 6 of the Ron Watson Fight Night Against Cancer. All right, everybody's on the clock. All right, BP 16-1, that time by. Got Brian going 16-1 the second lap here. Jeff opening up with a 16-5, backing it up with a 16-6. Got Jordan going 16-4. David going 16-8. Got 45 seconds in. Brandon on a 23-lap one so far. Same with Brian. We got Jordan 22.03, Jeff 22.06.
5 minutes left.
You heard the man. We got 5 minutes to go. Just getting this one started. 110 down, 450 to go. All right, minute 25 in, 4:35 to go. BG 22.01 at the moment. Jeff going 22.08, Brandon 22.14, Jordan 22.16, David 21.12, and Joe 18 flat. All right, BG 1.8 ahead of Jeff. Jeff 1.6 ahead of Jordan. Jordan about 3 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 0.3 ahead of Dave. And Dave,
4
lap
minutes
up on
left.
Joe. We got just under 4 minutes left. Czar Truck class on track. So BG leading the way, 22 flat. Careful, back straight, back straight. And that is clear. We'll see how everything cycles around next time they cross the line. All right, 2:35 down, 3:25 to go. Right now, Jeff and Brian both on 22.08. Got Jordan 22.14, Brandon 22.16, David 20.05, Joe 17.03.
3 minutes left.
Careful on the back straight, guys. And that is clear. Now BP going 15.9 at the line last time by. Got 2:45 remaining. All right, 2:30 remaining. BP going 15.5 that time by. $2:15 to go, drivers. Brian 22.06, Brandon 22.08, Jeff 22.08, Jordan 22.11, David 20.07, and Joe on an 18.17.
left.
Right now, BP only trucking the 15s. A couple other trucks close here. We got BG going 16.1, Jordan going 16.2, Jeff going 16.5. A minute 45 remaining, drivers. All right, minute 30 to go. All right, 75 seconds remain. All right, drivers, 5
minute
minutes
left.
down, 1 minute to go. BG 2204 got Brandon 2206, Jeff 2208, Jordan 21 flat, David 2007, Joe 1812. Yeah, 40 seconds left, drivers. Thirty seconds left. Twenty seconds remaining, drivers. All right, folks, getting down to the last few moments here. Keep on going.
Rice Cakes done. David Newell done. Too Soon Jr. done. BP done. Jordan Rivera done. All drivers are finished.
All right, folks, that'll be a race. Wow,
Stevens
BP taking it on the final lap there. Winning the Where Did He Come From award. Going 2203. Got Brian 2203 as well. Jeff 2208. Jordan 2215. David 2004. And Joe 1817. All right, guys, let's take a few minutes, and we'll get right back into round number 2. Ronnie, I hope you're enjoying the show. All right, folks, it's about that time. Let's get round number 2 underway.
Harshal Laya.
All right, race number 1's going to be Harshal, Anthony, Joey, Rich, Ben, and Max. Turn marshals will be my truck guys.
That's why it's so hot.
Rich Bride. Anthony Zachiglowski.
All right, we got Harshal checked in, Anthony checked in, Rich is checked in.
Max Stevens.
There you go.
Joey Stevens.
Okay, spread out this time.
All right, we got Ben. Ben's on the driver's stand. And,
Ben
there's his
Halverson.
car, cool. All right, everybody's checked in. Y'all my truck guys out here to Marshall. If you are a racing truck, I will need your help. Careful in turn 1. Careful in the back straight, go a little wide. That is clear. All right, folks, got our final marshal making his way to his spot. So we are going to get this race started momentarily. Drivers, best of luck. We are going racing.
Oh, somebody go.
All right, this is round number 2 of the Ron Watson Fight Against Cancer night. Ronnie, I wish I had a few more minutes to talk to you. If you remember, give me a call tomorrow. All right, Harshal, opening lap in 18. Careful on the straightaway.
Softer.
All right, 45 seconds in, 5:15 to go. All right, Harshal on top of the leaderboard. 20:04 is the pace. 2 laps
5
in the book
minutes
so
left.
far. Ooh, Harshal lap 3 going 17:4. Keep it up. All right, 1:15 down, 4:45 to go. Anthony going 17:6. Oh, some good laps here from our top 2 cars. Our race leader driving the gold ride, second place the pink and green. Got Rich Bride up to the 3 spot. He's driving the silver and blue. Max in the 4, followed by Joey and Ben. Got a $135 down, 4:25 remaining. Ooh, Harshal going 16:8. That lap was great. Yeah, lots of patience there from Harshal. Waiting for the opportunity. It's good stuff. Something I try to
minutes left.
emphasize with younger drivers. Patience is very important. Actually, that's something I try to emphasize with all drivers, kids of all ages. Patience is important. All right, 2:15 down, 3:45 to go. Harshal on top of the leaderboard right now on a 21 lap pace. Got Rich on 18:04, Max on 17:18, Ben 16:03, and Joey 16:04. All right, 240 down, 320 to go. Careful up front, guys. Careful landing the tabletop. That's clear. Oh, careful landing the tabletop again.
3 minutes left.
Oh, careful at the tabletop. Careful on the tabletop, guys. Got Marshall retrieving a car. Careful on the tabletop, guys. All right, that's starting to clear up. We got 320 down, 240 to go. So right now, Harshal on a 20:03 for pace. Got Joey on a 17:02, Rich 17:04, Ben 17:05, Max 16:09. 345 down, drivers, 2:15 to go. All right, 4 minutes in, 2 minutes remain.
2 minutes left.
All right, Harshal, Joey, Ben, Rich, Max, and Anthony, your 4 running order. Got a minute 50 to go. Harshal's pace now 20:09. Joey on an 18:11, Ben 17 flat, Rich 17:09, and Max 16:08. Careful in turn 1, drivers. Keep it tight. That is clear. All right, Goldclar is your race leader. A minute 20 to go, drivers. All right, leader down the back straight, up the wall ride, and through the chicane. Over that first double, up the wall ride once again, into the tabletop. Going crosstown, over the rollers, over the step off, through the chicane, over that final double, and down the back straight.
1 minute left.
That is a lap with your leader, brought to you by Team Powers, the power you need. All right, 50 seconds left. 45 seconds to go. All right, 35 seconds left. Harshal, 20 lap pace, still in progress here. Careful back straight, back straight. Careful on the back straight, drivers. Oh, careful in the middle, guys. Careful going crosstown. All right, folks, we got 5 seconds to go in this one.
Harshal Laya done. Ben Halverson done. Max Stevens done.
And one more car.
All drivers are finished.
That'll be a race, guys.
Joey
Harshal
Stevens
taking
done.
that one, going 20 laps. Got Joey going 19:20. Ben going 18:16. Max going 16:15. Rich getting 15. And Anthony getting 5. All right, folks.
The
We're
race
moving
is
in
completed.
the race number 2. Yes. Yeah, sure. Maybe, yeah, before the mains. Okay. Uh-oh. What's wrong, Art? Oh, okay. Okay.
10 car 10. George Laxon. Alan Rodil. Joe Colicchio.
All right, folks. So I think we're going to do before the main events. We're going to do a little group photo here. Group photo after the qualifying is completed and before the main events. All right, I may need some turn marshals, please, if I can get my drivers from the last race. I'm looking for Harshal, Joey, Ben, Max, Rich, and Anthony. Now I need all your help, please. Hey, Ben, is there somebody in this corner? Cool. Anthony, are you out there? Anthony, I need your help. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're the last one out, you get the last selection of marshal spot. John Melio, are you going to make this one? All right, folks, got my marshals here. We're going to get this party started.
Carter Garcia.
All right, we got Emilio 17-5, Laxton 18-4, Theo 18-7, Joe 19-2, Alan 18-8, Joe an 18-7. Fastest opening lap going to Emilio. All right, 35 seconds in, 5:25 to go. All right, we got 55 seconds in. Right now, John Melio 21:10. Got Theo 20:01, Joe 20:06, Joe Stevens 20:08, Alan on a 20:10, and George 20:14. Got minute 10 down, 4:50 to go. Careful on the left side, guys, before the first double. And that's clear. Minute 20 down, 4:40 left. George Laxton now taking fast laps, 17-3. Alan Rodil going 17-0. All right, 140 down. John Melio 17-2. That puts his pace at a 21:08. Got Theo 21:17. Joe 20:03. Joe Colicchio, that is. Joe Stevens going 20:05. George Laxton also 20:05. Alan on an 18 at the moment. Got 2 minutes down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
All right, 2:10 down, 3:50 to go. Emilio 2.9 ahead of Colicchio. Colicchio half a second up on Lynn. Got Theo 2 seconds up on George. George half a second ahead of Joe. And Joe Stevens 10 up on Alan. All right, 2:35 in, 3:25 to go. All right, 2:45 down, 3:15 remains. John, Theo, George, Joe, followed by Joe Allen. All right, John Melio, 21:09. Theo going 20:02. George, 20:07. Joe, 20:09. Colicchio, 19 flat. Rodil, 18:12. All right, 2:45 remains. All right, folks, got 2:35 remaining. John's pace now 21:11. Theo on a 20:01. Got George 20:08. Joe Stevens 20:11. Joe Colicchio 20:16. Allen on an 18. All right, 3:55 in, 2:05 to go. Careful with the first double, guys. First double. That is clear. Minute 50 to go, drivers. So Theo now to the top, 20:03 for pace. Got John 20:08, Joe Colicchio 2012, George Laxton 2012, Joe Stevens 2013. Yeah, minute 20 to go. So Theo now 2.9 ahead of John. Got Melio 2.8 ahead of Colicchio. Colicchio 1.8 up on Stevens. Stevens 0.7 ahead of Laxton. Got just over a minute to go, drivers.
1 minute left.
Oh. 45 seconds remain. "35 seconds to go. "25 seconds remain. Theo holding it down, 20:03. John 2012, Joe Colicchio now 2013, Joe Stevens 2014, George Laxton 2015. Cars number 2 through 5, all within just a couple seconds here, heading to the finish. All right, keep on going.
10 car Ted done. Alan Rodil done. Joe Colicchio done. Joe Stevens done. All drivers.
All right, that'll be a race, guys. That'll be a race.
George
Theo
Laxton
going
done.
20:02. John a 2011. Stevens a 2014. Colicchio 2015. George going 2024. Allen 16:12. All right.
The race is completed. Ryan R. Randall. Rice Cakes Jr. Jimmy Blackwell. James Colicchio. Martin Arroyo. David Newell.
Okay, you like one more lap, dude. That's it.
John Rico.
Stop.
All right. Let's see. All right, turn marshals should be Theo, John, Joe, George, Alan, and Carter. May need you guys out here to marshal. All right, looking for a few more marshals. There's George.
We're trying to charge via solar and wind power.
All right, folks. We're going to get this party started here in less than 5. Careful on the left side. Careful on the left side. That is clear. Long race ahead, drivers. Got James on the opening lap, 16.6. Only car in the 16s on the opening lap. It's going to be purple car with the yellow wheels. Got 35 seconds down, 5:25 remaining. All right, 50 seconds down right now. We got Jimmy Blackwell going 16.4. David Noah 16.5. Ryan going 17.1. Martin 17.2. John 17.3. Chloe 17.1. James going 16.6. We got 105 down, 4:55 remaining. Buck 15 down, 4:45 to go. Oh, Jimmy on a 22-lap pace, 22.14. Yeah, David Knoll 21 flat. James going 21.06. Ryan 21.09. Martin 21.12. John 20 flat. Chloe 19. We got a minute 45 down, 4:15 left. All right, a minute 55 down, 4:05 remains.
4 minutes left.
Got Jimmy 22.16 in the works. Got James on a 21.02. Got David 21.02 as well. John 21.13. Martin 21.17. Ryan 20.01 and Chloe on a 19. 2:30 down, drivers, 3:30 to go. Careful at the wall ride. That is clearing up. Careful crosstown in the middle. 2:45 down, drivers, 3:15 to go. And Jimmy continuing to lead this one. Pace falling back a little though, 21.12. Got Ryan 21.17, John 21.17, James 20
left.
flat. Things changing up on the leaderboard. We got 3 minutes down, just under 3 minutes to go. All right, 2:45 remains. Wow, Rico going a 16.6 that time by. So right now it's Jimmy John James, your top three. Jimmy John James. That could be a Southern guy's whole name. Yeah, 220 to... All right. Martin 21.16. Yeah, 2 minutes to go, drivers. 4 minutes down.
2 minutes left.
Yeah, that time by Gross going 16.5. Looking alive. Minute 45 to go, drivers. And this time by James Colicchio taking over the top spot, 21.09. He's 1 second ahead of John. John 0.8 ahead. Dave. Got a minute 20 to go, drivers. All right, a minute 15 to go, 75 seconds left. All right, mid-pack battle going strong here. So James 1.7 ahead of John. John 0.4 ahead of Jimmy. Jimmy 3 up on Martin. Martin 0.08 ahead of Ryan. Got 50 seconds left, drivers. Seconds remain. All right, 25 seconds to go. Wow, Rico is 6.
Drivers are finished.
Taking the victory
Ryan
by
R. Randall done.
.021 on Rico. Yeah, when you took the lead, John, I didn't say anything because I wanted to keep your good run going. So John going 21.05.37. James going to 21.05.39. Got Jimmy 21.09, Ryan 21.11, Martin 20.03, David 20.10, and Chloe 19.
The race is
All right,
completed.
folks, moving into race number 4.
Julian Taylor. Lucas Sichiglowski. Too Soon Jr. Jordan Rivera. BP. Nelson B. Rice Cakes.
Nelson 16.7, Lucas 17.3, and Julian at 16.4. Got 30 seconds down. All right, BP out front, followed by Brian, Jeff, Jordan, Julian, Nelson, Lucas. 50 seconds in, 5:10 remaining. All right, folks, 1 minute in.
5 minutes left.
Brian going 15.8. Well, backing up with a 17.
Minute 15 to go, drivers. 4:45 remaining. BP on top of the board. He's working on a 23:09 at the moment. So, oh, back straight. Careful on the back straight. Put him inside, inside. Got a minute 35 in, 4:25 to go. So we got Jordan 0.2 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 1.9 ahead of Jeff. Jeff 1.3 ahead of Julian. Julian 0.2 ahead of Brian. Brian 0.4 ahead of Lucas. Things changing up as I speak. Brian moving up to the 4 spot. We got 2:25 in, 3:35 to go. So right now, Jordan 22:03 at the moment. Nelson 22:07. Brian 22:12. Julian 22:14. Jeff 22:14. Lucas 22:17. Brandon 21:07. Got just over 3 minutes remaining, drivers.
3 minutes left.
All right, 2:55 remains. Jordan 22:04 out front. Careful in the chicane on the right. That is clearing up. 2:45 remains. A fast lap in this one being reset by Julian a couple laps ago, going 15:6. Got Jordan 15:7, Brian 15:8, Brandon 15:9. All right, folks, 3:35 in, 2:20 ahead of Nelson. Nelson half a second ahead of Brian. Brian 1.7 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3.8 ahead of Brandon. Brandon half a second ahead of Jeff. And Jeff 0.2 ahead of Lucas. All right, a minute 25 remains. Minute 15 to go. All right, just over a minute to go, drivers. 5 in.
1 minute left.
Julian 22:04 in progress. Brian 22:05. Nelson 22:05. Jordan 22:07. Brandon 22:12. Jeff 22:13. And Lucas 22:15. So your two improvers right now gonna be Nelson and Lucas. 35 seconds remain. All right, 15 seconds to go. All right, folks, keep on going.
Rice cakes done. Jordan Rivera done. BP done. Too Soon Jr. done. Nelson B done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be a race, guys.
Julian Taylor
Brian
done.
Gross taking that qualifier,
Lucas
going
Chiglovsky done.
22:04. Jordan also going 22:04. Brandon at 22:08. Julian at 22:08. Nelson 22:10. Jeff 22:11. And Lucas 22:14.
The race is completed.
All right, moving into race number 5.
Very
How's
solid.
that situation in the pits evolving? Do you guys really?
Roger Serafin. Steve Loom. The Wiz. LT Gray. AJ Cardinale. Goomba.
All right, I may need all my drivers from that previous race. Come on out. All right, I may need turn marshals, drivers from the previous race, please. All right, I'm looking for Brian, Jordan, Brandon, Julian, Nelson, Jeff, and Lucas. I need your help.
I'm looking for you.
Look up.
Ah, there you are.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, God.
All right. Let's see, you got my marshals out here. Everybody's checked in. We're ready to go racing. All right, 15 seconds in. We got Barry going 16-0, Bryant to 15-6, Roger 16-8, Steve 17-4, Tony 17-0. Careful on turn one. That's clear. All right, we're 30 seconds in. Bryant on top of the leaderboard right now on a 24-11 for pace. Got Barry 23.05, Tony 22.04, Roger 22.05, Art 22.08, Harold to 22.13, Barry 22.14, Steve 19.02. Still got a long race ahead,
5
drivers.
minutes left.
One down, 5 to go. Bryant's 24-lap pace continues. Roger now 23.15. Art 22.09, Tony 22.10. Yeah, Harold Wisbang 22.12. Barry at 22.15. And Steve 20.07. Minute 30 into this race. 4:30 remains. Now Bryant sitting 3.5 seconds ahead of Roger. Roger 2.7 ahead of Tony. Tony 0.6 ahead of Art. Art 0.06 ahead of Barry. Barry 1.3 ahead of Harold. And those guys 4.8 ahead of Steve. We got a minute 50 down, 4:10 remaining. Careful on the back straight.
4
It's
minutes
clear.
left.
All right, 2:10 down, 3:50 left. Bryant, Roger, Art, Tony, Barry, Harold, Steve. $2:25 down, 3:35 remains. Bryant still on a 24-lapper, 24:10 in the works. His prior TQ with 23:02. Got Roger 22 flat, Tony 22:08, Barry also 22:08, Art 22:09, Harold 22:13, and Steve 20 flat. 3:15 to go, drivers. This is race number 5 on track. Up next will be Stadium Truck. And after Stadium Truck, we'll be doing a little group photo here.
3 minutes left.
All right, 3 down, 3 to go. All right, 3:15 in, 2:45 left. Brian going 15-2 last lap. Backing it up with a 15-4. Pace still 24-13. Roger 23-14. Tony 22-08. Art 22-10. Harold 22-11. Barry 22-14. And Steve 21-10. Got 2:20 left, drivers. All right, 2:10 remains. Bryant's 24 laps in progress. Driving that blue and yellow ride.
2 minutes left.
Careful to wall ride. That is clear. 150 remaining. Bryant's pace now 23 flat. Roger 23.14, Barry 22.08, Tony 22.08, Art 22.11, Harold 22.16, Steve 20.03. 90 seconds remain, drivers. Bryant 10 seconds up on Roger. Roger 7.5 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.7 ahead of Art. Art 0.1 ahead of Barry. Barry 5.2 ahead of Harold. Harold 13 ahead of Steve. Oh. Careful on the straight. Go inside. That's clear. Careful at the wall ride. Number 2.
1 minute left.
All right. You heard the man a minute ago. Bryant last time by going 15 flat. And that's why careful at the wall ride. That's clear. And Bryant's going to finish at 23.02, which is what he ran in round number 1.
LT Gray done. The Wiz done. Roger Seraphin done.
All right, you need some turn marshals. Get all my drivers from that last group.
Joe Stevens. BP.
Oh, BG's got a wrench. This is stadium trucking warm-up.
David Newell.
Got BG trying to tighten things up a little. Actually, I can't see which way his hand's going, so he might be trying to loosen up, but we'll ask him in his post-race interview.
Rice Cakes.
All right, let's get our drivers out here from the last group. I'm going to need your help. Bryant, Roger, Tony, Art, Harold, Steve, Barry. Bryant, Roger, Tony, Art, Steve, Barry. That's right. I forgot Whizbang has a doctor's note.
Jordan Rivera.
All right, this is our truck class. Let's see, Jeff, are you going to make this one? Okay. All right, folks, we're going to get this party going. All right, 15 seconds in. Got BP going 16-2. BG 16-8. Noah 20. Stevens at 19. And Rabar 16-6. All right, drivers, 30 seconds in, 5:30 left. All right, Stadium Truck, this is the final race of qualifying. After this, we're going to get everyone together for a group photo. 45 seconds down, 5:15 to go. BP going 15.9 that time by. I'll put his pace in the 23 lap territory.
5 minutes left.
All right, $1.15 down, 4 to a 22.08. Brandon 22.10, Brian 22.11, David 19.06, Joe on the verge of a 19. All right, so our top 3 trucks separated by 0.6 of a second. That's Jordan, Brandon, Brian. Yeah, 3:30 to go, drivers. Jordan, Brandon, Brian, followed by David, Joe. 2:45 down, 2:15 remains. Yeah, 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Jordan now 22.05, Brandon 22.06, Brian 22.08, David 19.03, Joe 19.16. So right now, Brandon just 1/10 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 7/10 ahead of Brian. Those guys about a lap up on Dave, and Dave about 8 seconds ahead of Joe. 2:35 remaining now. So fast lap of this race, 15.9 out of Brandon. Got 16.0 from Jordan, 16.0 from Brian, 17.1 from Dave, 18 from Joe. Ooh, BP going 15.7. Heard me announce his fast lap and said, I can do better. 3:45 down, 2:15 to go. BP, another 15.7, backing it up and putting that truck on top of the leaderboard.
2 minutes left.
All right, 2 minutes to go. BP 22.02, Brian 22.04, Jordan 22.05, David 2013, Joe 19.12. Ah, man, it looks like Brian's truck is dead. Minute 35 remains. Brandon, Jordan, Joe, your remaining contestants here. We're down to 3 trucks. A minute 20 remains. $1:10 to go. Gotta say, it's significantly quieter with only 3 trucks on track.
1 minute left.
Right now, BP on a 22.02, 1 second up on prior TQ. Got Jordan 22.05 and Joe 19.09. 45 seconds left. $35 seconds remain. $20 seconds left. And Jordan Rabar now to the top spot. So Jordan 22.05 and looking alive. Looks like he's going to move up to the 3 spot on the grid here. As long as this lap goes according to plan.
BP done. Jordan Rivera done.
All right, that'll be
All
a race,
drivers
guys.
are
Wow,
finished.
BP coming back to take
Joe
it on the
Stevens
last
done.
lap. So both Brandon and Jordan going 22:04.96. BP taking that one by .003. Nonetheless, Jordan moving up to the 3 spot on the grid. All right, guys, I'm going to set up qualifying or set up the mains real quick. If I can get everybody out to the track, we're going to take a group photo in just a moment. Here, I got to get the main event set up real quick.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, sure, bring out the cars if you want. Yeah, we put down the cars in front of everybody. Kind of like a traditional big race photo. All right, guys, I'll be down there in just a second to join y'all. So, race number 1, just letting you guys know, Joey, Anthony, Ben, Alan, Rich, Max, and Carter. You will be race number 1. All right, I'll be there in a sec.
Rich Bright. Anthony Zachiglowski. Max Stevens. Joey Stevens. Ben Halverson. Alan Rodell.
All right, folks, let's get race number 1 on track. That's going to be Joey, Anthony, Ben, Alan, Rich, Max, and Carter. All right, we'll be taking one bump up from each lower main with the exception of the B main. B main, the top 2, will advance to the A. All right, with that being said, can I get all my truck guys out here to Marshall, please? All right, turn marshals will be Brandon, Brian, Jordan, Jeff, David, and Joe. I'm going to need your help. All right, thank you all for coming out to tonight's edition of Wednesday Night Racing, a very special edition. We are, it's the Ron Watson Fight Against Cancer night. We're sending out love to Ron. He says he loves us all. We love you too, brother. And I hope you're enjoying the show. All right, folks, we'll line them up here. It's going to be Joey on the 1, Anthony on the 2, Ben on the 3, Alan 4, Rich 5, Max 6, Looks like no Carter. All right, we got ourselves almost a grid. There we go. All right, drivers, best of luck. Keep it clean. Winner gets to race in the next one. Drivers, best of luck. Going racing, less than 5. Here we go. Got 15 seconds in. Right now, Joey out front being trailed by Allen. Anthony in the 3 spot, followed by Max, Ben, and Rich. 30 seconds down. Race leaders making their way through to the left side of the course. All right, Joey going 18.6 that time by. He is 2 seconds ahead of Allen. Allen just 0.7 ahead of Anthony. Anthony having an issue there. Settle down, buddy. 50 seconds down, 5:10 to go. 1 minute in, 5 minutes to go. Joey Stevens out front driving the silver ride with the happy face on it. Woo! All right, Joey on his fastest lap there, 18.4. So we got Anthony up to the 2 spot. He's about 5 seconds back. Got Ben Halverson a 1.8 behind Anthony. Allen 2.4 behind Ben. Got a minute 35 in, 4:25 to go. And race leader driving the silver car, second place, the pink and green. Solid blue car, both 3rd and 4th spot. Careful, first double, first double. All right, we got 2 minutes down and
4 minutes left.
a little trouble for your race leader that time around. We got ourselves a battle now. That's going to be Anthony versus Joey. Oh, a little trouble there. 2:15 in, 3:45 remains. Battle for the lead, making its way through the left side of the course. Anthony versus Joey, putting on a show for the crowd. 2:30 down, 3:30 left. He's on his way. All right, now Joey Stevens taking it over and pulling away. Oh, man, what happened to Anthony?
3 minutes left.
All right, we got 2:45 remaining. Joey Stevens holding it down out front, driving the silver ride, looking to put that car in the D main event. Anthony, you're having a good run, man. You'll do good next time, I promise. You got 3:40 down, 2:20 to go, drivers. Joey Stevens right now on top of the leaderboard, looking unfazable. He is focused.
2 minutes
All right,
left.
17-9 that time by for Joey Stevens. So it's Joey, Allen, Ben, Rich, and Max on track. Rich having to take some evasive driving maneuvers there. A little bit of defensive driving. And that's a battle right there. Blue versus blue silver. Oh, trouble at the first double, guys. Careful at the first double. That's clear. Got a minute 25 to go, drivers. Minute 15 to go, drivers. 75 seconds left. Just over a minute to go, drivers. Joey right now 15 seconds
1
ahead of the
minute left.
competition. Man, Joey just driving nice, smooth, consistent, good lines, good control. 45 seconds remain, drivers. All right, 30 seconds left. Joey 14 ahead of Allen. Allen 11 ahead of Rich. Rich 4.2 ahead of Ben. Well, that might have just changed. Yeah, 20 seconds to go. Ben and Rich 1.2 apart. Right now going in favor of Ben. Back straight, go low. Back straight, go low. Back straight, go low.
Rich Bright done. Ben Halverson done. Joey Stevens done. Alan Rodil done.
All right, one more car, making its way around the last couple corners. And that will be
Max
a
Stevens
race.
done.
All right, taking down the W, moving into the D group is going to be Joey Stevens. Our podium going to be
The race is
Alan,
complete.
Rich, and Ben. All right, folks, moving on to race number 2. That'll be Martin, Theo, John, David, Harshal, Joe, and Joey. Now we got Joe, and a Joey in this one. How about that?
Harshal Laya. Ten Cartet. Joe Kolakchia. John Milio. David Newell. Martin Arroyo.
I need a little help on the left, guys. Need a little help on the left. All right, I'm going to need some turn marshals, please. I'm looking for drivers from that
Joey
previous
Stevens.
group. I'm going to need Alan, Rich, Ben, Max, and Anthony. I'm going to need your help. Might need a few volunteers for this one. All right, got Rich, got Ben, got Max,
Joe Stevens.
got Alan. All right, might need a few volunteers, guys. Might need a few volunteers. All right, I'm going to need one in the middle and one on the left side. I need a little bit of help. You're in a good spot. Maybe one in the middle. Yeah. If I get one more to the left, one in the middle, I need a little bit of help on this one, guys. Need a little bit of help. I'm not sure where Anthony is, but if I can get a volunteer on his behalf, that'd be awesome. He had a little bit of a rough go in the last one, so we'll give him some time. Don't want to kick a man while he's down. All right, it's going to be Martin on the 1 spot, Theo 2, John 3, David 4, Harshal 5. All right, professional grid man at work. Thank you, sir. All right, this is our D main event. Drivers, best of luck. We will be going racing in less than 5. Here we go. Martin Arroyo leading them off. Emilio up to the 2, Emilio up to the 1. So John Emilio now to the top spot. Martin in tow. Got Theo in the 3, followed by Colicchio. Then we got Joey Stevens making his way up a few spots. All right, 30 seconds down, 5:30 left. Careful on the back straight.
5 minutes left.
All right, we're 1 down, 5 to go. Emilio out front. Gap back to Arroyo, half a second. Oh, trouble at that final double. That is going to put Martin to the front. Got Theo in the 2, John back to the 3. Got Colicchio in the 4, followed by Noel, Stevens, Laya, and Stevens. A minute 25 down, 4:35 to go. Careful in the middle, guys. Careful going crosstown in the middle. Oh. It's all right. Take a deep breath and keep on going. Minute 40 in. Got Martin half a second ahead of Theo last time by the stripe. This time even closer, 4/10 the gap. Oh, Martin get a little fishtail motion going on. That's going to allow Theo and John to close in on the back bumper. Got leaders coming up on Noel.
4 minutes left.
Good teamwork. Got 2 minutes down. Battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Martin versus Theo versus John. All right, 2:15 down, 3:45 to go. If you're not watching, you should be. This is a good battle going down. Got Martin just ahead of John and Theo. John making his way up to the 2 spot that time around. Got 2:30 down, 3:30 to go, drivers. All right, 3:20 remaining. Careful in turn 1, turn 1, turn 1. Got 3:10 remaining. Martin Arroyo holding down the 1 spot. Making his way down the back straight.
3 minutes left.
Theo Lynn about 2.5 seconds back. Got John 1.5 behind Theo. Colicchio 3.5 behind Emilio. Harshal 5 seconds back of Joe. Got Stevens 4.4 behind Harshal. Got 3:20 down, 2:40 to go. Race leader making his way over that tabletop. Careful at the first double, guys. Oh, help after the tabletop. Jimmy on the way. All right, 2:25 remaining. Looks like Emilio back to the 2. Meanwhile, Martin stepping away. Martin now 6 seconds up on John. John half a second up on Theo. Theo 4 seconds up on Colicchio. Colicchio 2.5 ahead of Harshal. Harshal 3.4 ahead of Stevens. Stevens about 6 seconds up on Noel. And David, 3.3 ahead of Joey.
2 minutes left.
Got 2 minutes left, drivers. All right, minute 45 remains. Martin holding down a 5-second lead. So, race leader driving the green and purple ride. Oh, need a little help on the right side. Emilio going up on his lid. So Theo back to the 2 spot. And we got ourselves a battle once again. Martin just half a second ahead of Theo. Theo 2 seconds ahead of John. John 2.5 ahead of Joe. All right, a minute 15 to go. Race for the lead proceeds down the back straight. Half a second separating them. Oh, good job, Alan. We got just over a minute to
1
go.
minute left.
Battle for the lead, making its way through the chicane over the final double. And down the back straight. Green and purple versus white and orange. 1 second apart now. 45 seconds remain. $35 seconds left. Winner of this one goes on to the next one. Second place gonna have to settle for a podium. 25 seconds left. 1 and 2 making their way into that chicane. Once again, Theo having a look. Martin keeping it ahead. 15 seconds left. Down the back straight once again. Theo clips the pipe. 10 seconds remain. And time has expired. Martin
Martin
crosses the
Arroyo done.
line, putting him in
10
the
car,
C
10 done.
main
Joe
event.
Stevens done. David Newell done. Joey Stevens done.
Got a few more cars on the clock.
Joe Colicchio done. All drivers are finished.
All right, folks,
Marshall Laya done.
that'll complete this race. We got Martin moving on to the C group. Our podium here going to be Theo, Joe, and Harshel. Theo, Joe, Harshel to the podium, please. Rest of the order will be Joe, David, Joey, John.
The race is completed.
All right, we're moving into the C group.
Lucas Sichiglowski. Ryan R. Randall. Rice Cakes Jr. John Rico. George Laxon. Jimmy Blackwell. James Colicchio.
All right, I may need my turn marshals, drivers from the last race. That is going to be Theo, Joe, Harshel, Joe, David, Joey, John. I may need your help. All right, the lineup is going to be Lucas on the 1, Jimmy 2, John 3, James 4, Chloe 5, Ryan 6, George 7, and Martin 8.
Martin Arroyo.
All right, let's see, number 4. It's going to be Lucas 1, Jimmy 2, John 3, James 4, Chloe 5, Ryan 6, George 7, Martin 8. All right, professional grid man at work. All right, looking good. Drivers ready. We are going racing in less than 5. Here we go. Yeah, Lucas leading them off. Oh, Jimmy living on the edge. Yeah, a little bit of a hornet's nest here. Keep it clean, drivers. Lucas, meanwhile, taking the opportunity to step away. Got James up to the 2, followed by Jimmy and Chloe. 30 seconds down, 5:30 remaining. So this time by Lucas, 2.8 ahead of James. James 0.4 ahead of Jimmy. Jimmy 0.7 ahead of Chloe. Chloe 0.3 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 1.5 ahead of Martin. Martin 1.3 ahead of George. George 0.3 ahead of John. All right, 55 down, 5:05 to go. Yeah, Lucas out
5
front.
minutes left.
Starting to build a lead. 3.2 the gap last time around. Got James in the 2 spot. Gap growing a little bit, 3.6. Got battle for the 2 now. Oh, and a little slow roll there. 120 down, 4:40 to go. Lucas out front. Driving the lilac and purple, making his way over that tabletop. Second spot. A battle here between James and Jimmy. All right, we're 140 down. Plenty of time remaining. 4:15 on the clock now. Yeah, Lucas 3 seconds up on James. James 0.3 ahead of Jimmy. Oh, James going up and over. That's going to allow Jimmy to the 2. 2 minutes in.
4 minutes
4 minutes remain. Fast lap right now. Jimmy is 16.5. Lucas also 16.5. Got Chloe 16.9. James 16.9. Ryan 16.8. John a 16.5. Got 2:25 down. 3:35 to go. All right, Lucas out front, 5.4 seconds ahead of second place. Got James in the 2, followed by John, Jimmy, Martin. And Ryan, George, and Chloe. Battles all over the track. Got James, John, and Jimmy duking it out for the 2 spot. Got Martin and Ryan duking it out for the 5. And George and Chloe, less than 1 second apart. Got 3 minutes down, drivers. 3 minutes
3
to
minutes
go.
left.
Careful on the left side. That is clear. At 3:15 in, 2:45 remaining. This time around, Lucas 5.3 up on second place. Yeah, 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. All right, 3:45 down, 2:15 remains. So Lucas now 5 ahead of James. James 4 ahead of Jimmy. Jimmy 1.8 ahead of Martin. Martin 2 seconds ahead of Ryan. Ryan 1.3 ahead of John. John 1.5 ahead of George.
2 minutes left.
And George 3 ahead of Chloe. Just under 2 minutes remain here. Minute 50 remains. Race leader driving the lilac and purple car down the back straight, up the wall ride, through the switchbacks into that first double. Colicchio in the 2 spot, battling with Blackwell. They're just 1/10 of a second apart now. All right, a minute 25 to go. Lucas, James, Jimmy, your top three. James and Jimmy, the battle to watch at the moment. Careful on the back straight, careful on the back straight. Careful on the back straight. Just
1 minute
over a
left.
minute to go, drivers. "50 seconds remaining." Wow, James and Jimmy still battling here. 40 seconds remain, drivers. "35 seconds remain." "20 seconds to go." Trouble there for James. Careful getting on the back straight.
Martin Arroyo done. Rice Cakes Jr. done. George Laxon done. Ryan R. Randall done. Jimmy Blackwell done. James Colicchio done. Lucas Sichiglowski done.
Okay, well, that'll be a race, guys. So Lucas is going to make it to the B
race is
main
complete.
event. Our podium for this one going to be Jimmy, James, and John. Jimmy, James, and John, please grab your cars and head to the podium. All right, we're moving into the B group next. That's going to be Jeff, Jordan, Julian, Nelson, Steve, Harold, Art, and Lucas.
Too Soon Jr. Steve Lowe. Jordan Rivera. AJ Cardinale. Nelson B. The Wiz. Julian Taylor. Lucas Sichiglowski.
All right, I'm going to need my drivers from that last race to come on out and marshal, please. All right, got Martin, got George, got Chloe, got James. Rico's here. I got Ryan. All right. All right, folks. Set the grid. We're going to get Jeff on the number 1, Jordan on the 2, Julian on the 3, Nelson on the 4, Steve 5, Harold 6, Art 7, and Lucas 8. Once again, Jeff 1, Jordan 2, Julian 3, Nelson 4. All right, we're looking good. All right, folks, marshals are present, drivers ready. This is our B-main event. We'll take the top 2 cars. All right, best of luck, drivers. We'll be racing in less than 5. Here we go. All right, good start. All right, Miranda 2/10 ahead of Rabara. Rabar 8/10 ahead of B. Careful in turn one, that's clear. All right, now Miranda and Rabar leading the field. Got 40 seconds down, 5:20 remaining. Race leader driving the blue and white. He's got an angry pack of buggies right behind him. So Jeff, Jordan, Nelson, Stephen Art, your lead breakaway here. Followed by Harold Wisbang, Julian, and Lucas. 1 minute
5
in.
minutes left.
And a little help on the right. So we got Miranda out front, just ahead of Jordan. Jordan not losing sight of that back wing. Actually getting a pretty good view of that back wing. 125 in. They're slicing and dicing here. Jordan looking for a way around. Got Nelson right there with him. And Steve just about 1.6 seconds back. Got a minute 35 down, 4:25 to go. 1, 2, 3, and 4 over that first double. Oh, trouble for Jeff, living on the edge there, falling off. Got a minute 50 down, 4:10 to go. Right now it's Jordan out front, Nelson to the 2.
4 minutes left.
Got Steve up to the 3, followed by Jeff, Lucas, Art, Harold, and Julian. 2:15 down, 3:45 left. Wow, Jordan going 15-7 last pass. He's 1.5 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 1.8 ahead of Steve. Steve 1.4 ahead of Jeff. 2:35 down, 3:25 remaining. Race number 4 on track. 2:45 down, 3:15 to go. Jordan, Nelson, Steve, Jeff, Art, Harold, Lucas, your remaining contestants here. 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Jordan now 1.3 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 1.6 ahead of Steve. Steve 3 seconds ahead of Jeff. And trouble for Jordan. That's going to move him back a few spots. That's going to put Nelson to the front. Steve in the 2, Jordan back to the 3. Got Jeff in the 4. Still a fight between the top 4 cars here. Race leader driving the black and copper. Second place, the blue and green. Third place can be the gunmetal and pink. And fourth place can be white and blue. Got 2:20 to go, drivers. Leaders coming up on some traffic here. Race leaders coming up on Ryan and Lucas. Oh, back straight. And that's clear.
2 minutes left.
All right, 4 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. Oh, whiz bang, a little off trajectory there. We got a minute 45 to go, drivers. Minute 35 remains. Nelson 2.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.1 ahead of Jeff. Jeff 1.1 ahead of Steve. Steve about 8 ahead of Art. Art 3.4 ahead of Lucas. And Lucas 5 ahead of Whizbang. All right, a minute 40 down, 1:20 to go. Minute 10 remains. All right, drivers, 5 minutes down, 1 minute to go. And battle out front, gonna be Nelson versus Jordan. Oh, trouble for Jeff. 45 seconds left. Right now, Nelson and Jordan less than 1 second apart with 35 seconds remaining. Race leaders making their way to that first double with 25 seconds to go. Oh, Nelson feeling the pressure here. Keep it clean, guys. 15 seconds to go. Down the back straight they go. 10 seconds left. Over the tabletop, through the rollers with 5 seconds. They'll likely get caught at the line here.
EJ Cardinale done.
Nelson
B. done.
and Jordan making it
Jordan
to the
Rivera
A
done.
main event.
Steve Loom done. Lucas Sichigloski done. The Wiz done. All drivers are finished.
All right,
Too soon,
folks.
Junior done.
So it's going to be Nelson Jordan to the A main event. Our podium for this one will be Steve, Jeff, and Art. Rest order will be Lucas, Harold, and Julian.
The race is completed.
All right, moving into race number 5, guys. That will be Bryant,
Barry
Brandon,
Summit.
Roger, Barry, Tony, Brian, Nelson, and Jordan.
Rice Cakes. Roger Seraphin. BP. Gumpa. El Tigre.
All right, if I get my drivers from the previous group of racers, I'm going to need Steve, Jeff, Art, Lucas, Harold, Julian.
Nelson B.
All right, I'm going to need maybe one more on the left side. One more turn marshal on the left. Okay, now I think we need a marshal on the right. Is there people over here? Okay. All right, folks, our lineup is going to be Bryant on the 1, Brandon on the 2, Roger 3, Barry 4, Tony 5, Brian 6, Nelson 7, Jordan 8.
Jordan Rivera.
All right, folks, this is the A main event. Drivers ready. We're going in less than 5. Here we go. Mirafonte leading them away. All right, 15 seconds in. Right now it's Bryant out front, Brandon holding down the 2, BG in the 3. Being trailed by Roger, then Nelson, then Barry, followed by Jordan and Tony. Got 35 seconds in. All right, we got 40 seconds in. Bryant already out by about 2 seconds. That's time by 3.5 seconds now, the lead for Mirafonte. Going 15-1 that last lap. BP in the 2, BG in the 3, but BG trying to
5
hold off
minutes left.
Roger, Barry, and Nelson. Got Jordan part of that lead pack as well. 105 down, 455 remains. All right, so Brandon only 1.3 ahead of that pack. Meanwhile, Bryant almost 5 seconds up. Got a minute 25 down, 4:35 left. And Barry taking over that 3 spot. Rally 4 spot. And giving it right back. Minute 45 down, 4:15 remains. Mirafuente 5.5 ahead of Perea. Perea 1.4 ahead of Gross. Gross 0.8 ahead of Seraphin. Seraphin 1 second up on
4
Rabara.
minutes
Rabara
left.
1.2 ahead of Soppet. Soppet 1.3 ahead of B. And B 5.7 ahead of Wilson. We got 2:10 down, 3:50 to go. Oh, careful at the tabletop, guys. Careful at the tabletop. That is clear. 2:30 down, 3:30 to go, drivers. Brandon, Brian, followed by Jordan, Barry, Roger, Nelson, and Tony. 3:15 remaining. Right now, Bryant is 7 seconds up on the pack. Got Brandon 1.8 ahead of Brian. Brian 1.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.5 ahead of Barry. Barry 1.8 ahead of Roger. Roger 0.7 ahead of Nelson. And Nelson 7 up on Tony.
3
Got
minutes left.
3 down, 3 to go. All right, 3:10 down, 2:50 remains. Bryant's now ahead by 8.7 seconds. Got BP 1.9 ahead of BG. Brian 1.2 ahead of Jordan at the line, but Jordan now losing a little bit of time. 2:25 left in this race. So Brian 8.9 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 2.1 up on Brian. Brian 3.9 ahead of Barry. Barry 1.4 ahead of Jordan. Jordan half a second up on Roger. Roger 2.6 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 6 ahead of Tony. All right, we got just over 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes left.
All right, a minute 55. Oh, back straight, back straight, back straight. Careful on the back straight. And that is clear. Got a minute 40 remaining. This time by, it's going to be 5 seconds between Brian and Brandon. Brandon 3.2 ahead of Brian. Brian 3.6 ahead of Barry. Barry 1.1 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1 ahead of Roger. Now Roger ahead of Jordan. Brian going for a little tumble there. Gets it back on all 4 wheels. 70 seconds remain, drivers. Mirafuente 5.6 ahead of Perea. 1 minute
1
left.
minute left.
Perea 3.8 up on Gross. Gross 2.9 ahead of Soppet. Soppet 2.3 up on Seraphin. Got Seraphin 1 second ahead of Rabara. Rabara 3.7 ahead of B. 45 seconds left, drivers. $35 seconds remain. That's second place coming up on Wilson there. $25 seconds to go. Ten seconds remain, drivers. And time
done.
has expired.
Barry Soppet done. Roger Seraphin done. Jordan Rivera done. BP done. Nelson B done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be a
Rice
race,
Cakes
guys.
done.
Podium for the
LT
A main
done.
event. Going to be Bryant, Brandon, and Brian. Rest of the order going to be Barry, Roger, Jordan, Nelson, and Tony. Top 4 drivers. First names all start with B. All right.
The race is completed.
All right, so after this, will be our final race of the night, Stadium Truck. That's right, we got one more race tonight, Stadium Truck.
David
Good
Moore.
advice, good advice. All right, I'm gonna need some turn marshals, please. If I get my drivers from that previous race, I'm gonna need your help.
Joe Stevens.
All right, you need some turn marshals, please.
Too Soon Jr. Rice Cakes.
All right, let's get our turn marshals to the track, please. Let's see.
BP.
May need one in that far back right corner.
Jordan Rivera.
All right, folks, let's get all trucks to the back straight. It's going to be Brandon on the 1, Brian 2, Jordan 3, Jeff 4, David 5, and Joe 6. Either Bryant or James, if I can get one of you guys in the middle. All right, folks, we're going to get this party started. Nothing like a truck party. All right, we're going to get the truck in less than 5. All right, so BP leading them across the line for the first time. BG in the 2. Yeah, Jordan right there in the 3 spot. 25 seconds in. All right, 35 seconds in. 5:25 to go. Got Brandon Perea going 15-9. Brian going 15-7. Brandon and Brian 1/10 of a second apart. That translates to about 3 feet on the racetrack. BG giving a little
5
bit of
minutes
time
left.
back there, but we still got a long race ahead. Just under 5 minutes remain. Oh, careful ahead, guys. All right, $1.15 down, 4:45 left. Got BP, 9/10 up on BG. Ooh. Got 130 down, 4:30 to go. Oh, BP just ahead of BG. Oh, BG a little off trajectory there, but lands on all 4 wheels. Minute 50 down, 4:10 remains. So Brandon now 1.8 ahead of Brian. Brian 6 up on Jordan. Jordan about 4
4
ahead of
minutes
Jeff.
left.
Jeff A lap up on Joe. All right, and we got David Knoll making a return to the racing surface. Pulling out of the garage. 320 down, 340 to go. This time around, split time. Split time between BP and BG, about 3.5 seconds. Got 235 down, 325 to go. Brandon 3.2 ahead of Brian. Brian 9 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 9/10 up on Jeff. 250 down, 310 to go.
3
Got
minutes
3
left.
minutes down, drivers. 3 minutes to go. Well, this time around, split time between your leaders, 3.2. 9 seconds between Brian and Jordan. Jordan 1.8 ahead of Jeff. 320 down, 240 to go. Oh, the offer lead getting a little closer now. 330 down, 230 to go. And now a gap between your leaders down to 0.8 of a second. 340 in, 220 left. Brandon, Brian, Jordan, Jeff, Joe, David, your full order. 350 down, 210 to go. 9/10 the gap between Brandon and Brian at the line, but looks like BG losing a little
minutes left.
time. Got 2 minutes to go, drivers. Oh, looks like Noel with some wing damage there. Turned into a side force generator. Minute 45 remains. So Brandon 4.3 ahead of Brian. Brian 7.3 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.9 ahead of Jeff. All right, 1:20 to go, drivers. All right, 1:10 to go.
One minute left.
All right, 5 down, 1 to go. BP out front. So closest battle right now is going to be Jordan versus Jeff. They are 1.8 seconds apart. Good teamwork, guys. Good teamwork. 35 seconds remain. All right, 20 seconds left, drivers. Jordan and Jeff remain the closest battle out there, 1.3 apart. BP about 6 up on Brian. And Brian about 8 ahead of Jordan. All right, 3 seconds left.
Rice cakes done. Joe Stevens done. Jordan Rivera done. Too Soon Jr. done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that will be a
BP
race.
done.
Podium for this one going to be Brandon, Brian, and Jordan. The rest of the order will be Jeff, Joe, and Dave. All right, once again, thank you all for coming out. Been an awesome night of racing. Ronnie, I hope you enjoyed the show. We love you, brother. And we're signing off for the night. Good night.